Hello everybody and welcome to AFR's Tier 2 race at Coda in the United States of America. My name is Bandcamp and joining me tonight is Jacob Meister.
G'day everyone, and as per usual, the Drivers' Championship, super close. So Ali in the Red Bull is ahead on 266 points after winning at Mexico last week, and 4 points behind him is Macadabri in the other Red Bull. You have to go back another 20 or 36 points to Big Al in third. So it's looking like a two-horse race for the championship right now, but for now, also, one thing to point out, Simdogger, 3 second places in a row, so looking to see if he can get a good result today. Currently all the drivers leaving.
Interesting to see a few people jumping straight onto the medium tyre.
It is interesting.
But who knows what the weather has in store for us this evening.
Well, I guess we do not, as we don't have a river report so far, is that?
I think that is the case at the moment. Rain. I've been told rain.
Oh! So that makes sense then, as to why people are running mediums. Normally you save those for a spare set, but we'll not even use them, just... Wow.
Yes, well we did get a little bit of rain at the end of the Tier 1 race, so I'm guessing it might be a wet start, like a full wet race, which
must be
very interesting.
Don't specify otherwise, and do check that out afterwards if you're so inclined. But also, I was talking to Hobbsy and Simdog, the two Renos, just beforehand. They were hoping, please, no rain, please. And right now, they must be very unhappy.
Well, they've cursed themselves. So, looks like Red Panda's going to be the first one to set a lap as he comes around the final corner now.
Eddie in the chat, yes, thank you. Good racing indeed. Very good race. Unfortunate for some of us, but again, do check that out if you wish. Red Panda coming around the first corner now. Fresh into overtake down into, I believe, mode 3 as he comes through these S's. No, actually keeping it in hot lap. Don't want to take too much curb here, can easily invalidate.
Yeah, this track is definitely easy to invalidate and get penalties for. As if anyone is watching at the moment saw the end of the Tier 1 race, everyone bar Gus got a penalty, so...
That includes ban.
Gus.
Yeah, that's something of an achievement around here. It's very easy to get a penalty around here. But Red Panda coming down the straight now. Coming into the third sector. A lot of people seem to dislike it. I find it tough to get a good fly around here, and this is some of the trickier corners of the circuit. Especially this one coming up here. Very easy to lose the rear end coming out, even if you have traction control on. Just keep that nice and tidy though, and coming through this triple right-hander. The front left will overheat a fair bit, so he's going to have to lift. Does he? No, he doesn't. That's good stuff. Very easy to invalidate into that left-hand kink, but now last turn. This is looking not bad. 31.8, that's a great start.
That is a very good start for Red Panda there. The Stars comes across the line with a 1:33.0 and Simdogger just behind with a 32.1.
Alpha of Psycho for 33.5 as well. The Williams coming across now, that'll be Dino, 37.7. 31.7 for Big Al.
Just jumped on board with Surplus, who's currently on a lap.
I just saw Williams go away to T1. Yeah, it's going to be very close up top tonight as well, as you see Matt with a 31.9. I've heard a bit about what these drivers can set for their lap times and their best through practice, and I tell you, it's going to be super close tonight in the qualifying.
Yes, well, definitely wouldn't be the first time.
Yes. For those unsure, I think it was last week where I think two drivers were within, what, 2,000s of each other?
Yeah, two of them. 3 drivers were within 2 1,000s. Surplus does a 33.4. And then two of those 3 had the exact same time. So
Jeez.
Very, very close at the moment.
Yeah. If it was going to rain, why wouldn't they push on softs? Well, I mean, I guess some drivers have a habit of going out on the harder compound tyre first and just sort of getting some laps in. It's just kind of a habit thing more than anything else, to be honest.
Maybe it's the tyre preset that they picked new. They went a harder set. I don't know. Maybe it might be clearing towards the end and they want to keep a set of softs.
That's true as well.
So Ali now coming around the last couple of corners. What time is he going to set? 32.1. So that's good enough for fourth. So currently the Red Bulls are locking out that second row.
Just saw CK for 34 flat as well. Everybody's coming into the pits, getting ready for a second run.
Zudix now, I think he's just report home.
No, he's invalidated. He must be coming. He's going to start.
He's
Right?
starting a second flying lap.
He's just coming across the start-finish lane, and Zerdix has been getting some decent points, but the last few races hasn't really been in there so much, so I'd like to get a nice points finish this weekend. He comes across the sweeping right-hander into these Maggots and Beckett-esque sort of American version turns here. Keeping it on the grey stuff. A little bit slidey, but not
It's
horrible.
difficult to get this section right. It's a very flowing part of the track, so if you get it a little bit wrong, or you're not carrying enough speed or too much speed, it can all come undone and you can lose a lot of time through there.
Indeed, because it's not about just doing it, it's about doing it fast as well, as fast
That's
as
right.
possible.
Yeah.
Easiest place to lose time on this track. In fact, a lot of places it's super easy to lose time on this track, more so than other tracks. Anyway, coming past the back straight now. Looking for these tricky sort of turns here for sector 3. It's not looking too bad, a little bit wide there, but that's fine. It's a dangerous left-hander I talked about earlier, and then setting himself up for the right-hander here. Not running wide, good. Don't cut too much of this curb here. That's probably about the limit. Now for this last left-hander. He's already run out of ARS. It might cost him a little bit. It's a 34.5, dead on.
So good enough for 11th at the moment.
Oh, Bandcap subscribing to Tier 1 for 3 months. Thank you, Bandcap.
Much appreciated.
For those who don't understand, this is Bandcamp here, so.
Yes, that would be me.
Nice indeed, Lex, nice indeed.
So Combat currently on a lap on the medium tyre. So 102.9 into the second sector. Sorry,
Yes.
coming into the third sector.
Not too bad, and I think I mentioned this last week, but the Racing Points really played the team game really better than anybody else here in Tier 2. Possibly about the same with Tier 1, to be honest, but they've done things really well, and I wouldn't be surprised to see, well, they've got to be running the same strategy if it's going to be full rain. Some surprises on the mediums, like we mentioned earlier, but a 33.8 though.
Yeah, well, Combat is the type of guy that likes to run that ultimate strategy. So, who knows? May pay off for him.
Both Racing Points on the medium tyres, so again, perhaps just setting themselves up for a future run again. These laps may not matter as much because the track grips up as the session comes along and times will come down because of that, so it doesn't necessarily matter that they're setting laps on mediums right now.
So, Red Panda about to set his second lap time. What's it going to be? 31.6. So he takes provisional pole.
And he did say before starting he'd be happy with anything around a 131.5, so
So just dropped down with Matt currently in third.
he's way up on his time currently. He's on track for a 31.4 here. And Samdog with a 31.7 as well. Oh, he's got a bit undone for the left-hander. How much time does that cost him? This is already looking very good anyway. 31.3.
31.3.
Beautiful.
Well. What a lap there by Matt. So, he replaces Red Panda up front for the time being. Big Al has just started his lap as he goes through turn 1 right now.
7 thousandths behind Simdogger currently as well. Always close between these guys. It's so good to see. See how you can just see how much he's sending it through those pieces compared to the other drivers. Nice and wide coming in for the right hander. He can kind of cut a fair bit of that left hander, but he didn't do as much. No big deal though. The brakes want to get this turn in right. Get a good exit coming onto the back straight. That's pretty good. DRS open, the areas to overtake. Coming in the back straight. Should be hitting close to 330. There we go. A little bit wide there, but no big deal. He's up 3 tenths.
I mean, that's good enough for second at the moment.
Yeah, he's on for a 31.4, but so is Matt, and he ended up getting a 31.3, so... And Matt's final sector wasn't exactly the cleanest, so...
Taking a lot of curve there was Big Al, making use of the fact that there's no Verstopper there.
Yeah, this is looking very good. This is really good, actually. 31.2!
Oh, it is definitely heating up in here. 31.2. That is
Ali off for 31.6 as well. That's awesome. And with 5 minutes to go, only one run really left for these top runners. So just looking down further, I don't see too many improvements in time. Stars still on this 33 flat. Hobbsy on a 33 flat. Cycle on 32.7. All second behind the top 5 runners right now.
Skins is now just starting his lap, coming through turn 1.
I don't know if there's a desync. Maybe he's got time for a second run. It could be a desync in the timing that tends to happen in spectator side. So take it with a grain of salt, ladies and gentlemen, but people coming out now wouldn't. I'm not sure, to be honest. We'll find out. Anyway, coming onto the back straight, there's a Haas in front of him with CK80. Should be far up enough to not annoy him, although...
Well, I think CK might be on the green lap line.
He is. Yeah, just jumped up, he was not using the IRS, but... Good stuff there from the Haas. But Skins is the main focus right now, and he sits at 1.014 in the second sector. He's got a lot of time to find, but this is definitely in the 31s. But it's probably a bit vague right now. Last corner here.
Pushing through this final sector. He went a little bit deep in that final turn, but up into third place with a 31.6.
9 thousandths ahead of Red Panda as well.
Let's just drop down to Hobbsy as he is starting his flying lap.
Yeah, Hobbsy not quite at the pace of the top runners and hasn't placed remarkably well compared to his teammate, but he's still had some good showings. I think he's scored some good points as well, so we're looking to capitalise on that. I was saying how he wasn't really able to get down into the 31s before we started, but he can still definitely improve his lap and protect himself from others as well.
Currently in 8th place, just behind Psycho, so the two gentlemen that commentated Tier 1 tonight, 7th and 8th. Unfortunately, Kunai was not feeling very well, so he's unavailable. So I hope he feels better soon.
Indeed. Hobbsy now coming out of the back straight. See a sector 2 time here.
start by 10th and a
1/10.
bit. He's going to need more
second.
than that though to jump in front of Psycho, so he's going to really need to hook up this final sector.
Surplus done. It was in the pits. He's going to run out of VRS pretty early here, and that could be the main decider here. Does he run up before the last corner? Oh no, he might not be too bad if he is a little bit for this. But
A little bit out of shape on the exit there, still improves, but not enough. And I don't think he's going to have time to get around again.
Yeah, people retiring, so the timer must be pretty close to accurate. Cordino also retires with 37 flat. Clearly not on the pace today.
Just jump down with Saxa. He's in the final sector at the moment.
He only has a medium time right now. He's 7 tenths up. He needs a little bit more to make a spot here. And Skins retires happy with the 31.6.
And he does a 33.303. Good enough for 11th at the moment.
So we're now crossing the line, that'll be Sindog, and that's just an outlet, not bad. A lot of people starting their runs now.
Yeah, just jumped down with Stars.
He's invalidated.
Has he?
So he's showing red for me, is it not for you?
It's not coming up red for
Okay.
me, so...
Could just be an error on my end. He's still pushing, so it must be correct. I'm pretty sure he's still in the lap here. He's still pushing as he comes into the back straight now. He's getting on the times. Red Panda's also retired. Obviously happy for 32.8. Past the Sekayati pit, so he'll be happy with this time as well. Not a bad spot to be in as well in ninth, but Stars is letting the Fred, and he's only 3 thousandths behind him, so... Wow. I'll never get over how close the racing is between these guys, honestly. It's so similar in pace. So, qualifying officially ended for us, but wait for the checkered flags, which is showing for CK80. He's in the pits though. So it'll be Saxa for 33 flat. Just takes CK80 spot. Stars doesn't improve. He's finished. Got to run across the line. That'll be 7 dogger. What can he do here? Doesn't improve. Down by 100th. Next
Psycho's
will be
still on the lap. I think he's up at the moment.
Yep. Ali improves, but not enough for a spot. Big Al could do no better as well. Psycho's next across the line. Does improve, but it's not enough for another spot. And last week, Combat Rat still on the medium tyre. Bit surprising, but he just ran wide, and that'll be the end of his lap.
Yep. He's making sure he's not going to improve. Alright, so Big Al taking pole position by 6/100ths of a second over Matt in the Red Bull there, followed by Skins, just 3/10 off the pace. And we have Red Panda, Ali, Sindogger, Psycho, Hobbsy, Saxa, and CK80 rounding out the top 10. Then we have just missing out with Stars, Surplus, Combat Rat, Zudix, and Cool Dino in 15th place.
And the Skins, Red Panda, and Ali barely separated by a couple of hundredths of a second as well.
Yeah.
So what surprised me was that Combat Rat stayed on the medium tyre the whole way through. I mean, we know he do likes to stay on the harder tyre, but if it's going to be raining, then surely you go for a soft run. That seems a bit puzzling to me, but oh well. And it is dry. So it must be raining towards the end.
Yeah. Interesting.
So maybe there wasn't a bad move by Combat after all. But
Yeah, well, we saw... Well, I heard what happened to Revo as he pitted, and then, I mean, it's happened to us before. I think it was Germany or something, or Austria, how the track went from dry to completely undrivable on slicks over the course of one lap. So.
So we don't know when this rain is coming, but we know it is coming, and that seems to have been half the races this season in Tier 2, but that just makes it all the better, to be honest.
Yeah. I mean, the drivers may not necessarily like it, but it certainly does put on a good show.
It mixes things up, let's be real here. Just get set up here. If there was rain coming later on, then I mean, interesting that Combat's the only one.
The only person on that medium, so everyone outside the top 10, bar Combat, on the medium tyre.
So is it coming sooner or later? It must be later then.
I would assume it would be later. Yeah, but who knows? Who knows? It adds to the excitement of the race, I guess.
Indeed. And different people will approach it differently as well. My experience with the rain, I pitted lap 1 for mediums after an incident and ran them all the way to the to when we had rain on lap 23 or whatever it was. So, I mean, it would be possible to do that, but may as well just play it safe. Stick with everybody else.
Oh, Gus in the comments. Oh, I finally subscribed. Yes, I finally subscribed 3 months ago, actually.
Can't you read? Oh dear. So, late entry as well. I don't think Farmadingo was in, was he?
No. I don't think he was. So, lucky he's been able to make it. Hopefully he loaded a setup. And he's just been put in the McLaren. But,
he represents Haas, yeah.
Yeah, so his points will go to his actual team.
They gave him the wrong car.
Yeah, unfortunately, when you miss qualifying, you can't select your car, and the game's like, you drive this one. So, yeah. But hopefully that's something that is brought in with the new 2020 game, which is not far away, mind you.
We love you guys, it's all good. Anyway, AI taking over on these cars now as they all grid up.
How about that, Gus? Is that any better? Combat does our standings, so thank you, Combat, for all the time and energy you put into doing our standings. Hopefully we'll have a graphic for next season to add to the stream.
10th of July, that's exactly it. Cannot wait, but anyway.
Alright, so 5 red lights, they go out. We start racing. So good start from the Red Bull there of Matt. Big Al a little bit slow off the line. Skins getting off the line well.
Oh, wide. Oh. Down the back, sorry. Oh. A few cars going right. The fingers all stars there. He's made a couple of spots already. And they'll wind through the S's now. It's looking relatively civil. Holding the lead. Big Al in second.
Everything looking pretty clean so far.
It's very good from these guys so far. We say so far as if we expect an incident.
Well, the first lap is the most risky lap, I would say, for an incident, as McLaren goes very deep and hits the back of that Ferrari. I think he's lost some front wing, and that would be the McLaren of Surplus.
Well, it's given me all the wrong camera angles to check that, but... And yes, he has. Big Al and Matt still tussling over the lead, and Red Panda wants in. This is spicy for first here.
Just trying to jump back up with that. It's Hobbsy and Psycho are battling.
Now they all fall into the line, so Big Al regains his lead. Skin sitting pretty in 4th, Alien 5th, Simdogger down to 6th, Stars in 7th. Good start from him. Combat making a move on Surplus. Surplus obviously with the damaged front wing. Important for Combat to make his spots, stay off in DRS to the soft runners, as we said before. He's the one with the disadvantage here, and he's to make the most of it.
I think we still have a little bit of a desync issue with our timing.
That fixes itself after the second lap. Skins with the first penalty of the night, 3 seconds.
On lap 2. But we did say it is very easy to extend or cut, as Red Panda gets a lot of oversteer. Bit of a signature of Red Pandas. But you'll be wanting to try and take care of those softs, I would imagine.
Definitely, we need to pit pretty early to avoid any fall off on them, because you do lose a lot of time on these worn softs around here. May trying to break the toe in them as well, actually. We've got Ali and Simdogger fighting it out in the back straight here. Ali holding the inside. Simdogger still forcing the point. Going to the right-hander. He's still side by side. He's going to have to succeed to Ali though, surely. And he does.
Yeah, sorry, I'm not too sure what's happening with the quality of the stream, guys. Everything says that it's meant to be coming up good, but yeah.
May just have to be a problem for another day. As Big Al's it's the fastest lap of 36.1. And CK80 is just losing. Oh no, that's the Williams of Caldino into the pits now. I didn't catch if there was any front wing loss there. For those of you who may have just joined, there is rain coming possibly later on, we're not too sure. Yeah, and the Williams did have to change its front wing, so that answers that question. But for 28, Big Al still in the lead, Matt in second, Red Panda third, Skins in fourth, Ali in fifth. Ali currently leading the points champs, so Matt's looking to stay ahead of him. So they're 4 points separate the two in the drivers' champs. DRS should be online, and a lot of people are breaking the gap already. The 3 leaders have all sort of spread out over the last couple of laps, which is a bit interesting. 1.5 to Matt, and then a flat 1 second to Red Panda. All the others within the 1 second down to Hobbsy. It's still a nice way train from well, I guess second to down to 8th. The Combat ran 9th as well. That's good. He's made a few spots. That's 4 spots, I believe.
Yep.
Maybe profiting off the misfortune of the Surplus as well, but yeah.
He'll be wanting to do his best to try and hold on to that train.
Surplus pitting again. Oh no, don't tell me he's got damage again.
No, I think that's his first stop. I think he's just calling it early to get that wing changed over.
Oh yes. I swear I saw it before. I don't know. I think I'm just seeing things. Lap 428. So no one's really close enough to make a move on each other. Maybe we might see Ali if he gets a good exit here on the back straight. As I say, that he doesn't get a decent exit on the back straight.
Getting very close to the back of the Red Bull, but not close enough.
The field's already spread out. That's kind of funny to see. Yellow flags at 162. That is the Williams just spinning on the S's. Oh, here we go. Here's the Renault on Ali. This fight's been brewing for a couple of laps now, but Simdogger can't really make a move here.
Ali gets that move done.
They're defending, but
yeah.
Holds it well. Holds it well. And Big Al is just pulling away. He's now 2.5 seconds ahead as Zurich gets the 3-second time penalty.
Still very blue skies, but we know that they can change very quickly.
The drivers will know well before us. They'll get a call 15 minutes beforehand. Red Panda with 3 seconds now, so that's Red Panda and Skins, both on 1 3-second penalty each. Yellow free sector flag. Yellow free sector flag. Sector free yellow flag. Is Williams once again out of the left-hander, possibly just losing traction.
Ooh. Skins is very close to the back of Red Panda at the moment. Is he close enough? Skins going up the inside. And Red Panda tries to undercut him.
Yeah.
But no dice.
Wasn't quite able to make the crisscross happen there. Skins got a good exit out of that turn. Oh, here we go.
Oh, we are just trading places here at the moment, ladies and gentlemen.
Well, I think Skins may have seen it coming, especially it being Red Panda. So, good try from Red Panda and good awareness from Skins there. Good racing from the two of them, actually.
I don't think I had the best camera angle for it. I think you may be aware of what I might be alluding to.
I'm totally unaware.
I might have saved that on replay.
Ooh,
Maybe,
hang on.
maybe, but we'll see. We'll see.
One day. Anyway, Skins is still 1.5 seconds away from Matt. That little battle was sort of trailed Skins away from DRS. Or Red Panda as well, sorry. Red Panda was ahead earlier, my mistake. But Ali's now ranged right up on the Red Panda as well. Both have DRS though, so I don't know if Ali's going to be able to make the move stick. Or even try to at all.
Dog is very close. He's going to be getting a lot of slipstream here. But so are the cars in front.
Hobbsy though behind.
Oh, Simdog has a bit of a look, but
Yep.
It wasn't really on there, but they get away with it.
Then while Hobbsy does get the move done on Stars for 7th, but they're still fighting it.
That is a nice camera angle right there from the helicopter. As Stars gets a very good exit, but couldn't really get that traction down in the second phase of it.
Oh, it's a blessing when we get that camera angle, actually. It's one of the few decent ones. We also saw the Williams get a 3-second time penalty as well while all that was going down. And now, people are pitting. Here we go.
Yep.
So Big Al and Skins have stayed out. Everybody else.
Let's see if this replay works, shall we? It did work.
Yay!
So you can see Red Panda making the dive there and getting that job done.
Hobbsy for 3 seconds while we were just looking at that, and Big Al, Skins, Ali, Hobbsy all stayed out. Combat on the mediums doesn't need to pit yet. Psycho, Saxa, Zurdix, CK80 all stay out. The first of the runners to have pit is Matt, and he's half a tenth away from Red Panda.
We've got Ali here right on the gearbox of Skins. He is desperate to make this move. Skins is not going to have anything to defend with now. Ali goes for the inside. I think Skins knows that. He's already trying to harvest ERS down this straight, so he didn't really challenge him.
Very cool.
Oh no.
Simdog went on to soft after that pit stop.
Whoa. Hobbsy and Combat side by side. Still side by side.
Oh, this is going to hurt.
Oh dear.
Oh.
And who comes out on top? Combat.
I tell you what, that's brilliant for Skins. That puts distance between Skins and Hobbsy right now. Both have to pit. And I just saw in the chat people were talking about Simdogger accidentally going on softs after pitting, so he's forced onto a 2-stop, it looks like.
Well, he'll be praying for that rain like a madman.
Mm-hmm. And Matt with 3 seconds now as well, so I'm going to lose track of you quickly here. That is Red Panda Skins and Matt with 1 3-second penalty each. Ali's still clean, Big Al's still clean. Big Al, the first of the runners to have pit. He's got a good 5 seconds to the next runner, which is Red Panda.
Oh, Stars! Does he hold it? He keeps it out of the fence.
Oh. And is rewarded with a 3-second time penalty.
For his efforts.
It's better than any kind of damage, to be fair.
And this has opened the door for Hobbsy now. It's led him into the DRS.
He's been sliding around a little bit. Fresh mediums. Let's take a lap for them. And that's an alpha off.
Oh, we have a safety car. We have a full-blown safety car. Why?
Big Al and Red Panda have collided. Red Panda was around the wrong way. I'm not too sure what happened there. There was an alpha off the track.
I'm not too sure. I mean, no one's... Yeah, I'm not too sure.
Well, it involved Red Panda and it involved Big Al because Red Panda was facing the wrong way and Big Al got a 5-second time penalty for hitting Red Panda. Whether that was due to the safety car and having to conform to the Delta, I'm not sure. And we've got people peeling off the pit here. As Combat Red, who has not needed the pit, does take lead of the race. Ali, perfect choice in the pit.
So,
wow.
Just have a look at this replay of that save from Stars. Well, that is very laggy, that replay. And you can see him getting very sideways, but keeps it out of the barrier and continues on his way and gets a nice penalty there.
So there's no evidence of a...
Skins with a 5-second penalty for exceeding track limits.
Again, easy to do on the safety car. So there's no evidence of anything else apart from that penalty between Big Al and Red Panda. And with Psycho being off track as well, I'm wondering if he got major wing damage causing a safety car with debris on the track and...
Maybe it's the fact that Red Panda was around the wrong way.
Yeah, that's one that will probably be answered post-race possibly by the drivers, but for now... Combat Red Star leader, he hasn't pitted yet, but he's on the medium tyre. He has to go to a different compound. He won't want to pit for softs yet, because the rain may not come when he wants it to, if it does come, that is, by the way. It's definitely getting a bit cloudier, I have noticed. Ali in second, perfect timing for him to make his pit stop. And Matt in third, Skins in fourth, Stars in fifth. Hobbsy 6th, Dexter in 7th. Big Al all the way down in 13th on the hard tyre. I'm guessing he had damage from hitting Red Panda, and Red Panda also pitting, so...
Big Al on the hard tyre. It's an interesting call.
He'd just come out on mediums, he must not have had a spare set of mediums. Yeah.
I mean, he could just pit back in and put them back on.
That's true.
I'm not sure.
He'd probably save a bit of time by doing that. And Red Panda comes in.
And you're not going to lose that many places.
Yeah, Red Panda's doing exactly what was suggested, I think. Yep, his medium's on standby. And the used ones.
Red Panda still was up there, so he could have defended. But Big Al, I think, definitely should have pitted. And CK gets a 10-second time penalty for exceeding track limits behind the safety car. And Sim Dogger. I mean, these are over-the-top penalties, I think, behind the safety car.
And not a statement of the drivers at all. They're not trying to gain an advantage here because there is no advantage to be gained here. But, I mean, it is ridiculous. And back to the point about Red Panda, I mean, he has enough pace to get by them, but on the medium tour, it's going to be a lot easier. But he's lost, as you said, a good 6 spots there.
Yeah.
So that's the price you pay, I suppose. And Big Al in 12th, he's got to make those hards work somehow. Everybody else in front of him on pretty much fresh mediums, so... Odd one out being surplus on the softs. And combat as well on those older mediums. They're going to start being a bit not so fresh soon. And it'll help stretch tyres out for the wet period, if and when that comes.
Yeah. Well, Racing Point and Red Bull looking very good at the moment, in a very handy position, because you've got Combat out front on the older tyres, and he can try and hold the Red Bulls up and try and give Skins the opportunity to try and get past.
Yeah.
But if the Red Bulls do get past Combat, and he'll most likely, I'm guessing, let Skins through and kind of be Skins' rear gunner.
It's very true. Why would someone put for more softs? It's potentially didn't have any more sets of fresh tyres and it just defaulted to softs maybe, or maybe the rain's coming, I'm not sure.
In this lap.
It
Does it look like it's just gotten a little bit darker on the track?
It is darker, but it's got to get a fair bit more darker before it starts raining. Anyway, we come back under green flag conditions.
And Combat has put the foot down.
And so is everybody else, as the green flag has started, so... No real moves being made. Hobbsy right on stars, but not able to do anything. Tell you what's curious, Simdogger also pitted for medium, so whatever problem he had by accidentally going with the softs, that's been solved now as well, so that'll be a relief for him.
Yeah.
He's lost a few spots, but worth it, I suppose. Saxer and Zerdix all of a sudden in 7th and 8th. Good showing from them. And Stars, he's with this lead, this sort of group of the front runners. If he can stick with them, some good points here.
Oh no! Zudix! Oh!
Oh no!
Oh! I saw him get out of shape. And I thought it might be okay, but he's put it into the wall. Oh
that's
dear.
Just saw Red Panda try and make a move on surplus, couldn't make it happen. Maybe he did, I'm not too sure. That's awful to see though, and safety cars cause safety cars, I suppose.
They do.
Is that the line you always hear in supercars? Yeah.
So just having a look at the replay, and you can see a Toro Rosso will come around the corner onto that curb and just loses control. So very unfortunate there for Zudix. And we come back to this glorious chopper cam. It needs to be used more.
Just as we come back underway as well. And Red Panda really wants to get a hurry on. He's in 12th. He's right on Big Al. Just tried to make a move, but didn't quite make it stick.
And Combat still holding this lead at the moment. Skins is very close to the back of Matt at the moment. I think at the end of this lap, DRS will become available.
Yeah, we'll have to wait and see on that. I'm not personally sure. Big Al making quick work of Psycho, as does Red Panda. 9th and 10th, 10th and 11th respectively. And Skins just looking. Same for Ali on Combat Rat. Simdogger makes a move on Sax, so that's for 7th.
Stars is trying to get in amongst it all as well, in 5th place.
Ali getting pretty close. I think he's got enough to make a move here. Let's have a look, but no bueno. And even Hobbsy getting it on this. This is a wild battle here. There's an angry retrain, and Skins is trying to get alongside Matt.
Oh, side by side again through this section. The Renault having a look up the inside of Stars.
And that's allowing Simdogger to get into the action as Stars holds the inside line, holds a position.
Ooh, towards the Red Bull
Yeah.
of Matt, running very wide there as Hobbsy has another look up the inside of Stars. DRS now enabled. The run down the straight. Hobbsy does have the inside line. Who's going to brake later? Hobbsy brakes much later, goes very deep into the corner, but pulls it up perfectly. Fits right into that spot and gets that place on Stars. Well done. What a move.
Insane. And Big Al just hit the fastest lap at 1:35.7 on the hard, so Skins gets another 3-second penalty. It's 6 seconds now. And FML from Zurich says it's awful. We did see that on stream.
Well, guess what? I hit save replay.
That's the one time you don't want the replays to work, I suppose. But...
Well, I got the move from Hobbsy on Stars, so.
Oh, that's good. Oh no, you would have rewritten it. I would have overridden the Zurich, sorry. Should be able to check it out after the stream. Red Panda in 9th now. Making quick work of the pack. Combat Rat still holding the lead. Lap 13 to 28. He started on these medium tyres.
He is doing a really good job out front. His Combat. He's handling the pressure. He's controlling the pace, pushing when he needs to push.
There's going to be a point where his mediums are going to fall off. And Ali and the rest of the front runners will inevitably make quick work here, but this Simdogger gets 3 seconds for corner cutting. But... And here we go, Ali now on Combat. Combat tries off the inside, Ali on the outside. And Combat's still defending pretty well here. This is...
He's positioning his car very well.
My point here is that he shouldn't be too disheartened if they do make it by eventually. As Red Panda picks up another 3 second, that's 6 now.
As well as Stars getting a 3 second.
So I think Combat's pretty much devoted to just staying up right now. If you're in a pit, he should probably...
Oh, as Skins goes for a big dive, but goes too deep.
Hello, Hobbsy.
He's now under threat from Hobbsy, as Hobbsy is making his way through with the assistance of DRS. Skins having a look to try and reclaim that spot, but no can do.
So someone goes super wide. That was Stars.
That is Stars. And that's opened the door for Simdogger, and they're side by side again.
And they've fallen a bit from the main train as well. And Ali's made the move on Combat Rat just while all that was happening.
Yeah, we can see that. We'll jump up with it now as the other Red Bull's trying desperately to get past. But he's forced to yield. This is opening the door for the Renault as well.
Wow, Psycho with 3 seconds as well.
Oh dear! But Hobbsy getting very sideways, but holds it.
Ducks right in behind Skins. Get toe as soon as possible. What great battling from these guys. And this is what it's all about. Is Williams gets a 3 second time penalty. This is exactly what it's all about.
That's it. This is great racing. We still have the top 9 all within DRS. Look at that train go through. Absolutely glorious.
And Red Panda passing Simdog. He's in 7th now.
Ali starting to pull out a bit of a lead. This, I think, means that Combat is not going to have DRS as Matt gets the move done nice and early. Combat straight into that slipstream. He's not going to have DRS, but he's
going to
trying to make the most of it.
He may lead Skins by. No, he blocks him off.
No, he doesn't. He sends it. Oh, gets very awkward at the back there. But Combat does eventually yield. Yes, he does. He's trying to squeeze his way in there to defend his teammate. It's all side by side as they go through that corner. Look at this little gaggle of cars.
So Hobbsy get 3 seconds as well, but oh my god. Oh, Hobbsy hits Combat. Oh, they're both okay. No damage. And Red Panda.
Stars now trying to get in on the action. There's more contact. He gets another penalty for cutting the corner. And exactly like I thought, Combat trying to be that rear gunner for Skins as a Ferrari of Red Panda goes up very deep. He's hit the rear of the Renault and damaged his wing again.
No damage.
No damage? I'm pretty sure I saw carbon fibre. I've saved that replay and we can investigate that.
Wow, this has been some intense stuff from these guys. Big hour, 3 seconds.
Oh, you can see now Combat really struggling. 15 lap old tyres, and you'd have to say he's now on a much slower tyre than everybody else around him. As Renault and Force India, Racing Point, I can't believe I just said Force India again, have a little rub. But again, the Racing Point not having the DRS.
I think he's doing a good job of holding up all these guys for his team, mate.
He is, and Stars trying to force his way through, and he does.
So he had 3 seconds as well, and yeah, those tyres were always going to fall off at some point, so he's done well to hold until now, but there's nothing he can do here.
He'll be needing that rain desperately.
There's no point petting right now for like a soft tyre here. He's going to lose too much time from it.
Oh, no, I'm pretty sure Red Panda definitely has damage.
Oh, yeah.
No, because he's running very wide as he... Oi!
Pendulum effect. Hello.
Oh, I think there was Sim Dogger unsettled his car a little bit there. As Geordie would say, oosh.
There was a lot of left and right. I was on board with Red Panda at the time. Yes, the Sim Dogger did hit him. Okay. That was answer it. So he's got both his end plates for me. I
mean, it could be just a little bit of carbon fibre. I mean, maybe he didn't lose an end plate. Maybe he just lost some of the...
True, safety car.
Safety car?
And I don't see anybody off.
Yeah.
Behind. Any damage? I'm just scanning the field now, but I'm not seeing it.
I'm guessing maybe one of the other cars near the back is spun or something. I'm not too sure.
I'll go check that. All their wings are intact from what I can... Oh, Surplus has lost all of his wing. That'll be it.
Okay. So while we're waiting for everyone to come around, let's have a look at this replay and see if we can see any carbon fibre come off Red Panda's car. There's definitely something on the track there. There's definitely something. So I wouldn't be surprised if we see him and Combat all stack into the pits at the moment.
Well,
I mean, it is getting more and more overcast, but you've got a full safety car here, so...
They've all bunched up with only one of them pits. They're just going to lose time. There's no point pitting if everybody else is just going to stay out. You got to sort of...
So, yes, we have Combat and Red Panda coming into the pits.
Ooh. The Red Panda may be something to do with that damage that you did mention, and Combat, obviously, with his tyres. Just pulling the plug. He's already lost a fair few spots and doesn't want to lose any more in the restart, so fair play. Doesn't look like he got damaged. Hit the bollard. Well, yeah, it's... all the same, he was losing spots. It's hard to call.
Yeah.
Did he get DRS stuck open or something? I'm not sure.
I mean, sometimes, Jeff, or the weather forecast says there'll be rain at the end of the race. Sometimes it comes, sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes it rains and it's either too late at the end of the race or it's not heavy enough. So you can't always guarantee that rain is going to come.
There's still a fair bit of sunshine. I agree. But this is our second safety car as well. That's something to be
as Hobbsy almost spears into the back of Skins there.
Jeez. So let's just take stock here. Lap 18 of 28. Ali up in front does not have a penalty. Everybody else behind him has at least one penalty. Ali is 4 points ahead in the Drivers' Championship, so he's in a pretty good spot here right now. At this point, he'll be 11 points ahead of Matt if we were to finish like this. Someone just got a drive through. I'll just go check that. I didn't spot it. And that would be, that's the Williams getting a drive through, or speeding over the safety car, so not adhering to that delta quick enough.
Who was that, sorry?
The Williams of Caldino.
Ah, yes.
Yes. So the big question mark is this rain, but if everybody bunched up like this, everyone can just sort of react at the same time. There's no one can really gain an advantage from this, although the Red Bulls will have to double stack is the thing. And possibly the Renaults as well.
Caldino's going to come in. Sorry. Caldino is coming in to pit, I believe, to get off those 15-lap-old hard tyres.
Oh, and also because he had a drive-through.
You can't serve your drive-through.
Oh, yes.
Under the safety car. And we
All
have
right.
9 laps remaining. He's put on inters! Oh, this is bold. This is very bold.
Okay, so here's the thing. We're running on the safety car, but the problem is with a dry track, the engines will overheat too much, they will wear too fast. You're going to lose more time than you gain here. You're not even going to catch up to the safety car here, because the engines will behave like they do on a wet track here. You're still going to slip and slide around as if the track was wet.
So, Zudix is saying pit crew glitch. So maybe he selected hard tyres or mediums and they've put him on inters for some reason. Yes, it wasn't intentional, says Zudix. So, I mean, I've been in that situation before at a race in Monza, and I selected the medium tyre and it put me on the hard. I mean, it's not as bad as being put on the inters, but it is something that unfortunately can happen. And I'm guessing the safety car's going to come in this lap. He'll come in to change his tyres, but the game will be like, no, you do your drive-through and then come back and change your tyres.
He's not really going any faster through the straight. I'm wondering if he's trying to stop the safety car coming in this lap by spacing himself out.
I don't think it works like that, mate. Yeah, I don't. Because we've had restarts before where people are way off the lead. But I mean, he might, but I don't think so. Maybe he's just trying to keep him cool.
Also, can they last 9 laps under a dry track? I'd love to know.
I don't think they'd last 3 laps on a dry track.
Well, that answers that. And the safety car is not coming in.
Wow.
So
maybe he knows something I don't.
Zurich being our Ted Kravitz, yes indeed. Oh dear. So the Williams can safely pit for a new set of tyres. Although he's actually on the lead lap. I thought he was a lap down, sorry, but he's on the lead lap. So miracles
just
can
imagine
and do
if
happen.
it started raining right now.
Oh, he's done the right thing.
He has done the right thing. But yeah, he's going for the soft tyre. So he'll need to catch up to them quick, smart.
So lap 20, we're expecting the safety car to come in this lap.
So, sorry, if you look at this right now, everyone from 1st to 10th is on the slower, older tyre. Then you've got Combat Red Panda on pretty much fresh softs. Farmer Dingo a little bit out of position there on the 11 lap old hard tyres. And you've got Surplus and Caldino on near new soft tyres.
That could be interesting. They're going to be very vulnerable to... Well, Saxus, CK and Psycho particularly going to be pretty vulnerable to these soft runners.
And we know that Combat and Red Panda are both fast, so they'll definitely be trying to get through this pack as quickly as possible.
Safety car in this lap. Oracle being able to stay on inters, yeah, I suppose. I mean, if you're that far back, you may not try something, but I mean, yeah, as you say, most likely would not work, definitely.
So Ali backing up the pack now. Couldino still pushing to try and catch up to this train. Ali staying relatively close to the back of this safety car. And he goes away now.
Good start there from Mally as we go back under green flag conditions. Also, Stars with a good start as well. He's pretty close to Hobbsy.
Combat already making the move on Psycho.
No time wasted there. Red Panda will be soon to follow. It is getting darker, although lap 21, this rain may not play into this race at all. As Hobbsy gets another 3-second time penalty up in 4th place, that's going to hurt. And anybody with penalties is really going to be suffering here right now. Just pretty much everyone at this point, I'm pretty sure. The pressure is mounting.
Trying to make the move. Goes up the inside of Psycho and can brake a lot later on that fresh rubber.
Big Al doing really well on those hards as well. I was kind of surprised to see him keep up with everybody else, but no, he's doing pretty well.
Combat with the big dive. Has a look at Saxa, but can't get the move done.
And this is great to see because Skins is the quicker of the two drivers, but it's nice to see Combat Rat really go for it as well. Normally he runs the alternate strategy that sort of benefits Skins maybe a bit more. They both don't intersect each other that way. It's good to see good aggressive driving like this from him. As it is, there is now 6 laps to go.
Oh! Saxa gets out of shape. I think
did
he damage his wing? I didn't get a shot of it.
I didn't either. I'm just gonna check now. I'm getting a really bad camera angle.
It looks okay. It looks intact, but he did lose a few places there.
That car really corrected very quickly then. That was a nice save. Combat and Red Panda 8th and 9th though, continuing to charge up the field. Simburger next to defend from these two.
Combat already closed that gap down to these guys on the older tyres.
DRS still offline. I think it'll come on next lap. Was it the lap after? I'm not good at counting.
I'm going to just jump up with Skins because it looks like he's got a bit of a run on Matt at the moment.
Backs off.
Yeah. DRS not available yet. Should be at the end of this lap.
And keep an eye on the soft runners for the third sector here. This is where they're going to make up a fair bit of time. It's tough to get anything done around here, that has to be said.
Combat right on the gearbox of Simdogger. Red Panda not far behind.
Big Al and Stars, and this is a nice retraining from 5th down as DRS is now enabled.
The thing about being in Combat and Red Panda's position is because you're on tyres that are so much faster, braking points are so different. As Combat goes up the inside of Simdogger into turn 1 and gets that move done.
The Williams comes into the pits and the rain is starting and Farmadinger gets a 3-second time penalty. How quickly does this track start to sort of...
well, I mean, at the end of this lap it could be full wets, who knows?
Yeah. Honestly, who knows if Cody's...
Stars with another 3-second time penalty. Some of these guys are going to have to start being careful because they don't want to get too many and get disqualified as Combat goes down the inside of Big Al. And he's going to have DRS as well.
And Matt and Ali for the lead as well. Makes it pretty easily there. So how is the track? How is everybody
Ooh, the
driving?
Red
It still
Bulls
looks
are
okay.
battling for the lead. Very close.
I just saw
Ali
very
trying
wide
to
car.
defend from Skins, but Skins has got his nose in there. He's earned himself that piece of track, and he gets the move done, but I think he's hit Matt just then.
He did, yes.
No damage that I can see.
No.
But now Ali trying to go up the inside. No dice.
And is it wet enough? Yes, it is. Matt pits.
Skins
pits,
boxing
Ali.
and Hobbsy boxing. Zudik's
Ali.
giving away stuff ahead of time in the chat there. Everyone is coming into the pits. Absolutely everybody. So Ali, Stars, Combat, and Simdogger stay out.
Now, interesting. Ali, Combat, and Simdog are all giving way for their teammates, double stacking and such. But Star's staying out as well. He doesn't have that problem. But the other drivers do.
Well, let's just see how they go through this lap.
Well, lap 24 or 28, how much time are they going to lose to these intermediate runners?
Well, I mean, when this... You can lose a lot of time. It just depends on how quickly this track gets wet. As Combat shoots down the inside of Stars, almost loses a bit of his front wing, but gets away with it. Has to wait another corner. So Stars as well, having DRS. Combat going the inside line. Later on the brakes, a little bit of a lock up there for the Red Bull. And Combat forces his way in there.
Yeah, the dry tire can lose a lot of time compared to the inters.
Oh, they come together, they touch. I think they get away with it, but this is going to open the door for Stars as well to make a move on Ali.
Oh, they're all going to come in regardless. They shouldn't be slowing each other down, is what I think. Well, if they are going to come in, I should say. Okay, massive call to stay out right now.
Combat staying out.
That stays out.
Combat running the gauntlet. Can he get to the end? Is he going to lose too much time?
He's on softs. He's the one in position to do it.
Yeah, but... Well, we will see. Time will tell.
The medium runners were very worn mediums. I know there was a safety car running, but they were still pretty worn. But it is still a gamble.
Let's just have a look at the onboard from Combat's point of view and see how much grip he's actually got out there. Yeah, he's definitely struggling.
Big out at a 208, but
2.7 seconds down at the moment.
Keep an eye on the sector times. He did 28.7 for the first sector. What does Matt do? So Combat did a 28.7 on the first sector, and keep an eye on Matt's time here. That's what I'm going to do as well. Okay, so he's done about the same time as the Inters right now. He's actually 5 tenths faster still.
Yeah, I'm just keeping an eye on the delta between himself and Ali.
So it's going to get worse, but he's got a 20-second buffer is the thing. This is going to be very close.
Oh, yeah, I think he's going to have to stop. I don't think he's just going to start losing more and more time. He's 7.6 seconds off the pace.
DRS. There'll be DRS disabled, these Zerdics. 61 to yellow flag, that'll be, that's a McLaren of Farmer Dingo. Or Haas, I should say.
Yeah, he's definitely losing time now. I think he's going to have to pit. He may come out in 4th, I'm not sure. But he's definitely losing time.
No, he's not getting that quickly. I reckon he's making the right call and staying out.
Well, he has to stick to this decision now.
Yeah, he has to. That's the thing.
It's going to be very, very touch and go.
Okay, so Combat did a 151 in that lap. Ali is coming across. He actually pitted, so don't worry about him. Matt's lap time is going to be a bit quicker, so he's going to start losing. He's really started to lose some to Ali, and
yeah, he's just lost 6 tenths, another 2 tenths. Yeah, that time's going to bleed off very quickly, and we've still got a couple laps to run.
It's got 2.5 full laps.
Yeah, and the margins are just going to get bigger and bigger.
Well, it's less of a question is can he retain the lead, but more how many places will he drop? Or can he defend even from these runners? I don't see it. But
Oh, no, his only chance is to try and maintain that gap, because if they get within touching distance, he's not going to be able to push or defend, because he'll be just trying to stay on track. You can see the guys on the inters at the moment are struggling to find that grip out there.
Combat, this is totally foreign territory to anyone pretty much. Nobody would run dry tyres on a red track, but he's got to adapt very quickly to this right now. That's the main thing here, and he isn't. He's just consistently breaking late here. I'm not digging at all because I'm not digging at him at all because this is very tough. But okay, he's got 2 full laps to run almost, and yeah, okay, he's lost too much time by now for sure. Though he's managed to drift it all the way through the triple right-hander. That was pretty cool. He can't take the L, he's got to stay out. That's probably the worst part, to be honest.
Yeah. So lap 27 to 28.
So he did a 204 flat. Matt just came across with a 48.7, so he's lost 16 seconds that way. And even by Revo's predictions, I mean, he's probably going to be at risk to Ali at some point, but yeah. Well, and with 3 seconds. Penalties still could factor in here, everybody. A lot of people have some penalties.
Drop down with Simdogger. It's just behind Stars at the moment.
Ali picks up his first penalty. I think he was the only one to not have one, actually.
Simdogger gets another one.
I think he's up to like 12 now.
Yeah, that's a few.
Good race from Hobbsy. He's up in 6, but he's going to have a couple of people on pens, I think. Stars does a lot as well. And there is, of course, Combat Rat. He's still got 1.5 full laps to run. So Scan's still in 8th as well. I'm not sure what happened there. Simdogger makes a move.
Simdogger has got the move. Can he hold it? He's got the inside line. He's got the upper hand at the moment. And I think he will. Stars is trying the cutback, but I don't think it's going to work out for him.
Should be rare of pens. Ali is 3.6 seconds ahead of Matt as we come into the last lap of the race here. Sector 2 yellow flag. That is a McLaren, and that is Farmadingo once again. Struggling on these wet conditions. Combat's fallen down to 7th, and it looked like he was going to go into the pits, but I think he's just leading by his teammate. So last lap, this order here may not stay the same. There are post-race penalties to consider. We'll see them applied as they cross the finish line.
Red Panda getting his way past Combat.
The Big Al and Red Panda, pretty rough race from both of them. Big Al having to recover from a penalty, and Red Panda obviously around the wrong way and then on the wrong tyre, having to pit again for the mediums. And he's got some points out of it.
Yeah. Hobbsy now putting Stars under some pressure with Big Al close behind. Oh, Hobbsy coming very close to the gearbox of Stars there. Trying desperately. He sends it up the inside. They're rubbing wheels. Very opportunistic move there from Hobbsy, but he gets the place. Like you've been saying, it is going to come down to penalties.
Yep, Ali is coming across the last turn now.
So
Ali
Ali
should have the lead.
coming across victorious for the moment, followed by Matt. So Red Bull 1-2. Can Simdogger? No, he can't.
Obviously, similar pins, stars.
Big Al jumping up the
Wow. Is that third from 7th? Or 6th,
third. 6th, I believe. And then we have Skins in 7th place. Red Panda coming across the line in style. Then Surplus just in front of CK80, who takes that final point. And Psycho getting combat on the final corner.
The Sex are getting 2.
Oh no.
No.
Well,
Combat
penalties.
Gets
Combat gets himself 1 point. Well done, son. Well done.
Tell you what, kudos. Even though it didn't quite work out, that is a massive call to make, and you still got something out of it.
Coldino comes across the line in 14th place. And Farmer Dingo. Not the best race for him. I'm not sure if he loaded a setup in time. He did miss qualifying, but just never really seemed to be in it at any stage of the race. So unfortunate drive for him.
Did make a couple of mistakes. Seemed to not like the Wet River, to be honest. Some people just do not prepare for the Wet River races, and honestly, it happens not that often, so fair enough. But the main deal was that Ali is now another 7 points ahead of Matt in the champs. He's got an 11-point lead coming into the second last race of the season.
Ooh, that's a fight that's going to go down to the final race.
For sure. And Big Al's on the podium somehow. Brilliant stuff. Just shows keeping it clean does pay off.
It does. Definitely does. So again, Honda powered cars all on the podium. Another 1-2 for Red Bull. I'm pretty sure they've decided that constructors title in Tier 2
Indeed.
well and truly.
Everybody here. Pins.
So Ali taking the win, followed by Matt and Big Al taking that final podium place. Just missing out there was Simdogger, followed by Hobbsy. So another good result there for the Renault boys. Then we have Stars, Skins, Red Panda, Surplus and Combat taking that final point with a phenomenal drive in treacherous conditions on the soft tyre. Just missing out was Saxa, CK80, Psycho, Coldino and Farmer Dingo. Unfortunately, the one DNF of Zudik, so unlucky there for him, but there will always be next week.
Also, Big Al set the fastest lap on the hard tyre.
Wow, nice job. So Big Al will get that point for the fastest lap. And yeah, so that concludes our Tier 2 race at COTA, the United States of America. We will be back on Friday for our 2010 series that will run all the way up to the release of the new F1 2020 game. The next track to be there will be Canada. So yeah, so make sure you join us for Canada. Obviously next Sunday will be Tier 1 and Tier 2 at Brazil. If you're enjoying the content and all the racing, please hit that follow or subscribe button, and we will see you next time. I've been Bandcamp. Joining me tonight is Jacob Meister, and we'll see you then.
Take care.